Hi everybody, and welcome to your general weekly reading for the week beginning February 19th, 2018. This week I was guided to use the Healing with the Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, and I will also be intuiting information and guidance from our guides and from the universe to assist us through our week. So tuning into this week's energy, feels a little bit ungrounded. I think it might be a difficult week to get things done. They showed me this lesson earlier today when I tried to record this video like 10 times and it wasn't working. So I think the message there is if something's not working, fail fast and move forward. So pay attention to what seems to be difficult in your life, what seems to be taking way too much energy, or just seems like you're running into a brick wall over and over again. It might be time to find another way around the wall, or maybe to turn away from the wall and go somewhere else. So just pay attention to those kinds of lessons. Feels a bit ungrounded this week, so if you find that your head's in the clouds a little bit, that also might be why it's difficult to get things done. So if that's the case, you can go for a walk out in nature, visualize roots growing out of your feet. It's a great way to ground and to kind of come back down to earth. I think this is happening a lot because it's quite painful to be grounded on earth right now. There's a lot of crappy stuff happening in the world, lots of injustice, and because of the information age that we're in, we see all of it. We have access to all of it. So you're constantly bombarded by crap and other people's happy times that maybe can make you feel sad if you're going through a hard time, and yada, yada, yada. So just make sure that you're staying grounded within yourself and taking care of yourself in whatever way. And if that is needing to step away from technology a little bit, that might be just the perfect thing for you to do. So because there's so much pain flying around and everything like that, it's easy for us to want to live outside of our bodies and to escape because it's painful for us to be inside of them. So when we're ungrounded, that's why, and we like to live up here, but it's also hard to get earthly things done, or it might be difficult to connect with someone because your head's in the clouds, or people might see you as being kind of aloof, which isn't always a bad thing, but sometimes it's hard to get things done. So yeah, if you're going for anything that you'll need to make a good impression, just visualize the roots coming out of your feet to ground you in the earth so that you don't come across as having your head in the clouds. So I wanted to use tarot this week so badly. And like I said, I pushed so hard, and I literally, at least 10 times, like I want to say 17 times I attempted to do this video, and every single time something else went wrong. But I had my schedule and I needed to get it done at a certain time. And one thing that I learned today was, and I think that's going to carry on into the week, is that you can't always control your life. You just kind of have to go with the flow. And if the flow is not following your schedule, then you got to let it go and just do whatever you need to do to get back. So anyways, coming back to these cards are very healing, very loving, and I think that's the energy that we kind of need this week. These are the messages that, our guides really want to give to us this week, is to be healed and to focus on healing and to focus on yourself, because the last 2 weeks has been really hard. We had a lot of solar energies, lunar energies with the new moon, super blood blue moon, and then last week with the solar eclipse and the new moon, we've had a lot of action in that area. So lots of intense energy, lots of stuff coming up. So it's time for us to kind of, again, ground that into the earth so that we can move forward and away from because constantly pulling stuff up is very hard. It's good because it's clearing and it's healing and it's gone. But in the act, it's very difficult because you're constantly dealing with stuff. Things are constantly coming up and things seem hard. So now it's kind of time, I think, this week to relax a little bit and to come back into the body and to really start to heal. Seems very sleepy this week. Get lots of sleep. Okay, this card wanted to come out. Okay, so I'm going to get into the cards. Pulled a week. The general theme of card already came out. And I will pull 3 more cards for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Yes, that's what I thought. So, great. It's always good with what you think is going to come up and when it actually comes up. It's always pretty cool. So we have soulmate. So they're just kind of, this week is a relationship week, not so much in making relationships, but reflection on the relationships and understanding the influence that the relationships in your life have on you. So for some of us, this will be a soulmate that has since left our lives, will be re-entering. So maybe an old boyfriend, girlfriend, an old friend of yours might be re-entering into your life. So being open to whatever that means and to whatever teachings or lessons that are going to come from that, just being open to what they have to share with you and what it is that you need to get from that interaction or that relationship. Or maybe it is just an idea of, oh yeah, I actually am fine with this person not being in my life anymore. And for others, it is evaluating that soulmate relationship. This isn't so much like a brand new person coming in. This week, I'm feeling more like it's an old flame or an old friendship, somebody that you haven't seen in a long time but had a really good connection with, enters into your life this week. And it may not even be physically. Maybe they'll start popping up into your dreams or into the social media that you look onto, or your friends keep bringing him up or something like that. So just be cognizant of any messages that come through relationships this week. So for the beginning of the week, we have nature. So really great way to ground yourselves in is to be outside in nature. And nature is a church. Nature is a temple. So it's always so healing and so peaceful to be out in nature. And we don't get out there enough. So spend lots of time this week outside, especially in the beginning of the week. I think that's going to be very healing for you. Anything specific on this? If you can make it to a place with running water, that's probably best. I mean, like, go and visit the earth fairies there and be open to what they have for you this week. Okay, in the middle of the week, we have dreams. So I personally, and a few other people that I've been talking to, have been having really crazy dreams lately. Like dreams that seem obviously like a message. So pay attention to your dreams always, but especially in the middle of the week, there are some messages coming in. I'm more so feeling like this is a time of rest. So that if you are going through something complicated or you need some answers, you might find those answers in dream time. So take time for rest and rejuvenation, and you may come out feeling like you have some more insight into a particular situation. Yeah, be really careful not to overrun your body. Really take time for rest and listen to your body and what it needs. That's really important. It's like our bodies are on overdrive, like they're not functioning properly. They're just so stressed and so overworked that they're just getting really tired. So take time to rest, as I say every single week. But this week is very important to catch up on some rest and some relaxation time. So spend time reading books and all of that stuff, if you can at home. And so the weekend we have harmony. And so they're reminding me of a card in tarot, the Sun card. So the Sun card is all about everything's all good. This is the best case scenario. Things are great. So when we see this card, we're reminded that we can have harmony in our lives and that we do have harmony, and that this weekend we will experience harmony. If you have been going through a really stressful period or things seem to be really weird right now, you may just find that things just perfectly shift and that everything comes out perfectly harmonious in the end. If that doesn't happen, it might be a time for you to reflect on certain soulmate relationships and ask the question of how the harmony can take place, how you both can find peace, or how you can find peace in regards in your life, and that has some sort of impact on a soulmate relationship. So maybe you're holding on to some anger or some guilt or sadness, but because the soulmate relationship is the general theme of the week, I believe, or I'm feeling like this harmony has to do in part with that. So if you're feeling like your life is somehow a mess or you're feeling inharmonious, it might be time to reflect on why that might be the case. And you might even find out in nature or in your dreams that it comes back to the soulmate relationship that you just have unfinished karma with, or you have unfinished, unresolved feelings. And the easiest way to understand those feelings is to write a letter to yourself or to write a list, and just get it all out so that you can see it and you can express it, and so it can get out of you so it's not clogging up and taking up space. Anything else? They're very quiet this week. They were so loud last week to me all week, and now they've all gone home or something. Anything else? Nope, just rest. So focus on rest this week. Let's uncomplicate everything. Let's take away all of the shoulds that we need to do, all of the tasks and burdens and lists and accomplishments and dreams and goals and that we need to accomplish, and let's just take it back and simplify our lives. Everybody simplify your life. So if you need to rejuvenate yourself, sleep. Keep it simple. If there are changes that you need to make in your life, sleep and rejuvenate so that you have strength to do it and so that you're doing it from a healthy point. Yes, okay. So I hope that you have a fantastic week ahead filled with so much love and light and blessings. Thank you so much for watching. And if you would like a private reading with me, you can email me at thejourneytospirit@gmail.com.